Superstars, it's... How was Christmas? How did you spend your Christmas? Let me know in the comments down below.
On the very next day, they said you were again.
I want you to sing my name. I know a lot of you don't know me. My name is Lebo. It's very simple. This is what you say. Lebo, Lebo, Lebo.
Welcome to Latto with Levi. Now this is a show which shines spotlight on the culture and everyone that you should know or already know. Now superstars, I have missed Hot Topics. I don't know if you guys have too, but I know that's my most watched episodes. So I think you missed the drama and all the tea. But I missed talking about Hot Topics because it's been 2 weeks. So we have a lot to catch up on and a lot has happened within the timeline and everything else. But before we do that, firstly, I want to say that I got me those mics that I did say that I will be upgrading because we hated the sound of the last episode, the refreshy episode. So we will be unboxing this later in the episode after everything else. But also before I get into Hot Topics, I want to talk about I've been watching And Just Like That, which is like a sequel. Do I say sequel? Let me say it is a spin-off of Sex and the City. Yes, so I've been watching that and it has been amazing, seeing the women back on my screen. But I can't help but miss Kim Cattrall. In the show, she is Samantha Jones, but yes, because the dynamic, man, like everything is good, but it's just, I think where I missed her most was that scene with Miranda and the ladies, and she, is going through this. She was first, I don't know how to explain it, but like she was going through this bi-panic kind of situation, and instead of supporting her or something like that, they judged her, which is true to their character. So I don't I wouldn't change any of that. I just needed someone to like be on her side. I know Samantha is like very sexually liberated and everything else, so she would have given that balance.
Don't you want to judge me just a little bit? Not my style.
Because Charlotte and Carrie are very judgmental, especially Carrie. Carrie is a horrible friend. She is the most horrible friend. And Charlotte has said, her backstory, her plot, not plot, but her backstory and everything else is that, she was shamed for being sexual by her parents and whatever, like she is not as sexually liberated as everyone else because growing up, she wasn't sexually free. So that makes sense for her character, but Carrie is very judgmental, so she's like a bad friend to have, and especially a bad friend to tell such news, but she doesn't want people to judge her, so it actually is like crazy. But the fashion, I love me a good headpiece. You know what? The fashion in And Just Like That, and the shoes, of course, the shoes will always be a standout, but the headpieces too, oh my gosh. And then the fashion, of course. Some are like misses, but of course, the fashion. But yes, let us get into Hot Topics because I have been talking about And Just Like That for a lot. Let us get into Hot Topics. So first up, let's catch up on Euphoria, and we had a first look at season 3, and there is a 5-year time jump, which I'm actually not mad at because they were not convincing high school kids anyway. They always cast old people to play high school kids, which is like, but it's the same as Blood and Water. It's only because it makes sense with regards to shooting and schedules. You can't cast high school kids since they will be in school and everything else, and it'll make shooting harder. And already you can see that we're suffering with regards to episodes and seasons because there's like this huge gap between seasons. Like I said, I need us to get back to that place in 2000 and something, or the 2000s. Let me just say the 2000s, where we would be fed like 20 plus episodes in a season, and they would be like coming and coming and coming. And right now, you wait until you like, because I mean, the 5-year time jump is also because of there has been a time jump in shooting and everything else, and Fez is like has passed on and everything else. Angus Cloud, I guess. But yeah, you know, so there's just a lot. But you know, in the first look, we can see that Rue is still on drugs and paying some debt, because I mean, but Nate and Cassie are engaged and getting married, which is like a shocker to me. I don't know. I need to catch up on season 2 again. I need to go watch it again, because that was kind of like a shocker. But yeah, all else seems good. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to drop in April. Hopefully it doesn't move, because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does move, because like I said, shooting these days, like I just feel like, I don't know, is it the writer's strike? There's a lot going on in Hollywood and movies and everything else, even Rockstar Games and GTA 6 moving and everything else. So there's just a lot. So do I think it will move the drop date? I don't think so right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. So I wouldn't be, you know, clutching April like 100%. Like, just, you know, expect it to move if it does move. But let's move on. Now, superstars, if you're deep in Lights On, you'll remember our Pop Culture is Changing episode, and the story actually supports that. So, the Oscars will be leaving ABC in 2028 and will be moving to YouTube in 2029. So, like we said, pop culture is changing. Television is like old news, you know, like social media is the new news. And I feel like this is actually the first award show, like major award show, to actually move to YouTube, and I don't think it's gonna be the last. I actually think this is signaling a change. Like, I feel like a lot more shows will be moving to not YouTube necessarily, but more streaming platforms. You'll get your Netflix and what. A lot are already moving, and we have seen that bid against Warner Bros. And them fighting over it, and Netflix also putting a bid, for it. And now it's like, pop culture is changing. Pop culture is changing. So if you don't get with the program right now, you'll be left behind. So yeah, and YouTube is like this platform that has already been there like a long time ago, but I feel like right now it's gonna be on an increase. An incline. Yes, that's the word I want to use. I feel like it's gonna be on an incline, in these coming days and whatever. So, and other streaming platforms, like I said. But I'm specifically talking about YouTube because of Oscars. The Oscars are gonna be held on there, and it already boasts like viewers of 2 billion. Yeah, and 2 billion viewership. And this is, it's actually so crazy. There's already a lot that is changing. Like, oh my gosh, we just saw Cartoon Network ending, like on DSTV if you are in South Africa. I don't know about America and Cartoon Network, but I do know in South Africa, DSTV is also experiencing a change. I don't know who watches DSTV. It's old news. But if you watch it, what show do you watch? Tell me in the comments down below, because honestly, DSTV is old news. Unless, my thing with DSTV, now I didn't even think I was going to talk about this, but my thing with DSTV is they were late to transition. I feel like people, like there was a time where people, were frustrated with DSTV and saying that actually you guys play the same things. What you can do is let people choose their own channels, because I feel like that would have been a great thing for them to do. It's too late right now. Like, it really is too late. Like, right now they need to push their streaming and try to pivot and whatever. But at that time, they could have capitalized on that, because not everyone watches the channels in that package, Like, it was very useless at that point in time. Like, yes, they were great, and then in that point in time, culture is changing, everyone is changing, people's tastes are changing, the world is changing, you're getting more competition, Netflix and them are getting more hype, and you could have given people what they wanted. Like, I don't watch soccer, I don't watch other channels and everything else. I don't watch IT Extra, and I'm judging the people who watch IT Extra. Why are you watching Criminals?
In 1996, two young boys fishing in an Ohio lake found what looked like a human skull. All of its teeth were missing, and marking...
They should have done that, but I think let's move on before I go into this topic deeper. And we don't have space. I keep saying this in every episode. I feel like I'm gonna say this until we upgrade our space. Or unless you guys give me. There's still that, you guys, it was Christmas and none of you got me any presents. But, let's move on. Another thing that needs to change as a recipe is the summers. They happened, if you don't know, they happened, I think on the 13th of December, yes, which was the same day as Kabugcina's party, and that overshadowed them. And I feel like they were moved, I know that they were postponed. They were supposed to happen earlier, but they got postponed to the 13th of December as if anyone cared. I don't think anyone cared about the summers, which is also what Zakes Bantwini highlighted. I actually wrote it down. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but he basically wrote that he remembers when the whole country would sit and gather around their TV and everything else. And he actually also likened them to the Grammys, which is true. I also would liken them to the Grammys of South Africa. I feel like they were this huge music award show that, everyone actually tuned in for. And he says now, yesterday came and went. Okay, this was on the 14th, I think, when he tweeted it. And there was barely a mention on social media. Artists weren't there and fans didn't care. We've let the summer shrink from something the whole nation cared about to something most people don't even notice, which is true. We don't care about the summers anymore. No one does. Did you tune in, superstars? Let me know in the comments down below, because I didn't. I certainly did not. Because he also did talk about transparency and them not reflecting the music that is out there, which is true. Like, I feel like also in South Africa, there is this thing where they will say song of the year, not necessarily the summers, but like on the radios and whatever, they'll say song of the year and it's a song that no one has listened to, or maybe only the Zulu Nation has listened to. And don't come for me, it's not any shade or anything, it's just, like, the Zulu Nation is huge, I think. So of course they'll support their own artists, but there are songs that the whole world listens to, not just the Zulu Nation. So I would feel like those would be the song of the year, but no, that doesn't happen. It's a song that no one has heard of, and you're just like, oh, that played? Who's the artist? I've never heard that song in my life. So I just need the summers. Actually, honestly, with the summers are going down because of a lot of things. They do need to change a lot of things. It's not even giving that it's a huge award show. It's not giving that. Last year they had sound problems. Like, did you hear KB?
In time, swinging groove is blowing my mind all night. The beat is getting deeper tonight. So
Can you be my Superman?
And the other artists, like, it was horrible. It was crazy. I don't even want to swear. But it was horrible. So they do need to change. They do need to revise and go back to the drawing board, or just, cancel and start a new show. So Division came for their Once Upon a Time concert on the 7th of December, and it was such a freaky show. Women went up onto the stage and they decided to give him a show, the Daniel Daly, the musician. It's actually a group. Division is a group, if you don't know it, comprising of Daniel Daly, the singer, and the producer. And yeah, so he is actually a freaked out man, so I wasn't surprised. I actually did a deep dive to see why these women were like dancing on the stage, because what is happening? Why are they trying to embarrass us? But then I found that they are actually not embarrassing us, because they are actually doing what he does. He is actually a very freaky man. He is our generation of Bobby Brown. Yes, sir. But so it was actually, and the men felt left out because he actually had like this whole thing where he's like, ladies, how y'all feel or whatever, and he didn't shout the men out or whatever.
Alright, look, real quick, can all the ladies make some noise for a second? Can all the single ladies make some noise for a second? I don't believe that.
And that's actually like, he knows what he came for. He came for South African yash. I don't know why I would say that, you know, it's not me, but yeah, there was like a freak show. It's not a surprise to anyone who was surprised. It is what happens at his concerts. He is a freaky man. And backstage, those girls were getting on top of him, and he allowed it because that's, as usual, you know, it is his day in the life, you know. But let's move on. So Rihanna was at Mariah Carey's concert and she fangirled to the fullest. She got up and was, you know, there shouting her name and everything else. And then a fan was angry, not angry, but a fan asked her to sit down. Why are you blocking my view? I also want to see Mariah Carey. And she complied. I actually like the fact that she complied. But I know it had like a whole lot of discourse around the fact that this fan is kind of being like rude or whatever. Because why would she tell Rihanna to sit down? But I'm just like, she paid the same. Okay. I think she did pay the same price. I mean, they were in the same section, so she paid the same price as Rihanna. And you know what? If someone is blocking my view, celeb or not, I'm gonna tell them to sit down. So, I'm not faulting her. I mean, I also paid to see Mariah, so no one's gonna be blocking my view. And actually, I like that Rihanna is actually, you know, like this fangirl over. I love when celebrities fangirl over other celebrities and don't be acting like they're all high and mighty. Like that whole thing between Thembisi Sisi and Ncumalo. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's solved now, but I hated the fact that happened where, you know, Thembisi is like this legend. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, she is a whole legend outside even of Boom Shaka. Like, she started with Boom Shaka, but she just became this legend outside of Boom Shaka too. So let's not play with Thembisi's name. And yeah, I just love when celebs, you know, can just show each other that, you know, botho and everything else, you know, and you don't act like you are in your own la-di-da world and everyone should and has to praise you and only you know. Just kind of like, you know, the topic we spoke about with regards to Bonang and Nomza Mombata, where people actually were starting this fake beef rumor and whatever. And I said, you don't have to, you know, follow your colleague and everything else, because I'm going to take them as colleague, you know, as like, just because you work, I mean, not work, but yes, at the end of the day, it's work, you know. Celebs, when they meet each other at these brand deals and collaborations and whatever and shoots and singing and what and events, they are just colleagues. They are working together. They are not friends. They don't have to follow each other on their socials. But I love when they get together, that they can put their differences aside and be friends for that particular day. Get it? But they're colleagues at the end of the day, so they don't have to. Let me hold your hand and tell you they don't have to fulfill your fantasy of them being all buddy and friends till the end and whatever. Just like this whole notion with Ariana Grande, people saying that, oh, now after she works with this one, she's left them and whatever. They are just colleagues. work colleagues that are friendly with each other for that particular day. And I mean, I will get into the fact that Rihanna does actually switch up her personality and identity when she meets a different person. She was friends with Victoria Monet and started being Victoria Monet. She was friends with Nicki Minaj and started being Nicki Minaj. She was friends with Cynthia Erivo and started being Glinda. But I digress, and I know the Arianators will come for me, but it is the truth. It is the truth. But this was all about Rihanna and Mariah Carey. Love, love, love. Mwah. Next section. Word on the street is that Tyla and Travis Scott are dating, and personally, I don't see it. I don't see it. If it were to happen, it would be a PR relationship. And you know me and PR relationships, I'm gonna expose them like the Megan and Klay Thompson one. I still think it's a PR relationship. People are saying Cardi B and Stefan Diggs is a PR relationship. Baby, PR relationships don't come with babies. Okay, they might. Like, you know, how I think they work is that, you know, they put these two rising stars. Okay, maybe not rising stars, but these two people that they want people to talk about in the industry, they put them together and they be like, okay, you guys are going to show up in public at this place and that place and whatever. And then what happens is that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they do end up catching feelings and then having kids and getting married and whatever, which is like a rare kind of situation for me. I will say it's rare. But I do know that PR relationships, they break up really fast, like Camila Cabello and who's that man? Shawn Mendes. Yes, you know, that was a PR relationship and no one can tell me nothing because I think Shawn Mendes might be in the pride flag. Maybe, allegedly.
Thusi, stop it! Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
But yes, so I feel like it would be a PR relationship. But Tyla has also spoken out about this back in Feb in 2024 with Complex, where she says she is not dating Travis Scott, and she would actually, okay, it wasn't in the same article, maybe it was, but she said she might actually be looking at Rema, but Rema said they're just friends. Rema said they're just friends and whatever. And honestly, Tyla's single, Gio's history, and she's booked and busy and dodging Asha. So can you guys just leave my girl to be single in peace and figure out her career? Let's move on. So another rumor is that Latto is pregnant, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. And if it is true, it would be with 21 Savage. Yes, the married 21 Savage. But people are speculating that he is married out of, you know, business or whatever. I forgot why he's married. But yeah, I mean, Latto has it. That's her man, her baby. And it's messy. If she is pregnant, I don't think, do I think she's pregnant? I mean, she has been wearing fur coats lately. And she did say she's also had too much of the Wagyu steak and everything else. But if she's pregnant, it would be messy for me. I feel like, girl, I mean, she is in love with 21 Savage, but girl, stand up. Another marriage thingy is Young Thug and Mariah DeSantis. They're engaged, and I know a lot of her fans are not happy. They feel like, you know, she's just this princess in a goody two shoes and everything else, which I don't see. I don't believe it. I feel like after that whole mess with Glorilla and what's the name? Young Thug, with the whole jail cell call, it is so, like, I feel like we like to infantilize these women and we like to make them seem like they're these princesses and whatever, just like Halle Bailey. I love her. I love Chloe Bailey. I love them both. I wish they could, you know, go back to being a duo, because this one-on-one singing career thing, it's not working out for them. It is not. I am sorry, but it is not. But what I did want to say is that we make it seem like they are, you know, these princesses and whatever, whereas they're dating those men knowing very well, how those men are. Like, she knows how Young Thug is, and she still chooses to stay. And she actually fueled that whole Glorilla situation by saying whatever she said. What did she say? She said something along the lines as, but people say she's beautiful or something like that.
Gorilla, she...
Yeah.
Why do people say she pretty? That be ugly as fuck.
You think she ugly?
You said it. Like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. People, men, niggas be saying she ain't ugly. That bitch ain't nothing.
They be saying she look like Rihanna.
Man, be like goddamn Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Man, watch out.
Oh, man.
She look
like, that is egging him on. Like, you want to get a reaction out of him. You want him to say some weird ass shit about her. So I am sorry, I'm not gonna believe that she is any different from him. I feel like they have the same mental thinking. You know what? I always say this: if your friends or your man, you know, okay, sometimes, you know, you can be like a separate entity, and not if you are a separate entity. Let's get that straight. But at the same time, birds of a feather, they do flock together. That proverb isn't just there for a reason. Like, I mean, isn't just there, it is there for a reason. You can't tell me that because you hang out with a certain group that there is nothing in common. Then why would you be with them? It makes no sense. If your man is the most horrible person ever and you like this good person, why would you stay with him? Like, would it not corrupt you? Would it not? No? Oh well, I guess if not, then wow, you guys are strong personal identity. Let's move on. So Kanye West's wife, Bianca, not Kim, if you're still thinking Kim Child, that's like old news. But if you're watching Lights On, I definitely think you already know that he is married to Bianca Sensory or whatever. If not, I'm judging you. Judging you. But anyway, she held a bizarre human furniture show. And honestly, it kind of reminded me of Ted Bundy. Since he was the one who made furniture out of human corpses. Yeah. Weird. I know. It's weird. If you don't think it's weird, I think it's weird. But anyway, doesn't she look like Kim? Actually, that was my first thought when I saw this video. She looks like Kim, right? Comment down below if you think she looks like Kim. But it is true what they say, you know, like a man will always find a lookalike of you. Ladies. So Bonang hosted Miss Cosmo 2025, and I couldn't help but notice a comment which asked her to tone down her personality a little bit, which she actually had a stellar clap back for, saying that those shows actually need big personalities, and it is so true. But I hate it when people get insecure around big personalities. If you want small energy, you need to go watch other people who won't give you such live and big and huge personalities as we love Bonang, and I love her with her big energy, and I actually loved all those 3 outfits that she had on. Bonang ke a buella ke kopa ong invite ko lenyalong la hao Dali since o tse le atla lona no yana. But I actually do hate when people get insecure around big personality. What's wrong with a big personality? Like, why do you guys want people? And when people don't have big personalities, you guys say they are boring. So, but I will say this: people are never satisfied. I will tell you that people are never satisfied with what you give them. So just give them anything you have. Give them you. Give them authentically you, and don't change for anyone because they'll always have things to say. I don't know why this ended up being a TED talk and everything else. Let's move on. So we've all seen that clip of Thusi at DJ Warris's funeral. If you haven't, she basically said that she cuddled him one night after a gig because he was scared that he will not wake up and miss his flight to go to another gig or another province or whatever. I don't remember, but I will post it up, of course.
In Plettenberg Bay, and Warris was so afraid of missing his flight in the morning So he insisted that we stay in the same room so that he wouldn't miss his flight. And I was like, friend, no. And he was like, ew, man, don't think like that. You're my son. Then I was just like, Boris, that's weird. Then he was like, don't worry, friend. We're going to put the pillows. We're going to do everything. And I was just like, Boris, he's like, no, man, I just need a cuddle. I just need a cuddle.
But it had this whole backlash. Like, people, I feel like, okay, let me, sit properly for this. I feel like Pearl Thusi is very, she says things casually. And she's such an open book, and to her own detriment, she will say whatever is on her chest and whatever. And some secrets, girl, they need you to... It's not a secret. I don't think she deemed it as a secret, and that's why she said it. She said it in good spirits. She said it because she just wanted to show you guys that that's her friend, and they were so close that they did that. But the general public isn't also happy with Pearl Thusi, and for some reason, I will say that they kind of dislike her. Yeah, I feel like that's the energy I get from the general public, that they dislike her for some reason. Let me know in the comments down below if you know what the reason is. But yeah, this turned into a whole thing where they were clowning her, saying why would she actually say that, which is true, kind of. Why would she actually say that? But I will not fault her because she said it in good spirits. She said it with no malicious intent, and you know what, give the girl some grace. Like, she is just mourning a friend. Give the girl some grace. Now lastly, we need to talk about MAGA Minaj. We need to talk about the person who has the internet split. Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Boss, Nicki the Barbie. She has everyone, like, she has turned, especially with regards to this whole Erica Kirk, which I will not get into the whole Erica Kirk morning tour, which is weird on its own, but she went on stage with Erica Kirk, the wife of Charlie Kirk. If you know Charlie Kirk, he's the one who had some things to say about Nicki Minaj and other rappers and black slaves and apartheid South Africa.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
And yeah, so he had a lot to say about all that. But people are shocked. A lot of people are shocked at Nicki Minaj. Like, how could she? And how could she, be MAGA and everything else? And, for me personally, I don't think I really care about her stance on being MAGA and whatever, even if in this political climate, you are seeing what Trump and the MAGA side is doing with the whole rights situation and ICE and everything else, especially since I do actually get when people, because Nicki Minaj is from Trinidad and she has said she's an island girl and she boasts it and everything, and she's been with Rihanna and they've been saying island girls and whatever. So now when you see what ICE is doing to people, and when you see what Donald Trump and his administration is doing to people that side, people are questioning, like, why would she, as an island girl and everything else? And she has spoken out against Trump before, she has said that she is not on his side.
Beautiful. You have any thoughts on Donald Trump?
No, no thoughts. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I voted for him, actually.
Oh yeah? What do you like about him?
I wanted to bring the jobs back to America, take advantage of the homeless.
And what country are you from?
From America.
Indirectly, I guess. So it is like a 360 turn or 180 or whatever degree it is. But actually, like I said, I really don't care about all that. My problem was, and people can gaslight me all they want, I just hated her choice of words on that stage, like using things like boys will be boys and be boys. I will say for boys will be boys, I hate it because that's like, it has a negative connotation to it, people say boys will be boys when boys do bad things, like if a boy does a horrible thing, they'll be like, but it's just boys, they'll be boys, so I hate that, she has fueled that, you know. And then the B-boys, yeah, people are saying she is not transphobic and whatever, which, okay, I'm not gonna get into her transphobic comments and whatever, but I will say that it has been used as a dig against, especially as a femme gay, for me, like a femme queer person. Personally, I have heard people use B-boys in, you know, that sense as a dig, like, why aren't you more masculine? Why do you like female stuff and everything else? And, you know, so you guys can gaslight me into thinking, but she was saying it innocently and whatever, which is true. It could be said that she said it innocently, but also words do carry, and words, you know, innocently said still do damage. So this whole notion of, oh, but, you know, oh, let's just, you know, let's forgive her, let's do this, you know, like, you know, it's not her, it's this, it's that, she's playing chess, she's playing checkers, she's doing this, it doesn't matter. She still said it, and it is damaging, because now people actually now think it's actually okay to be transphobic because of what she said. Like, oh, you know, but she's so right, but she's whatever, she's this and whatever. Which I'm not gonna say that I agree with kids transitioning at a young age. That is not what I am saying. But what I'm saying is that her words can be damaging. So let's just watch that. But as for Nikki being MAGA, I actually like what Lizzo said, because she said we will see a whole lot more stars turn to that side for financial gain and everything else, which is true. I feel like she is not the last person, nor is she the first. We've seen Snoop Dogg, we've seen Beyonce and Jay-Z. Yes. I'm a beehive, but I will speak on it. We've seen Beyonce and Jay-Z sit with Ivanka Trump, and they were also doing that casino bid. What if it was for that or something else? I mean, business is business. In a capitalist world, business is business, and and everything else, and morals will be shifted and everything else, because you can't be a billionaire with morals, and you can't love money with morals. Like, sometimes your moral code will shift, let's be honest, for the love of money, for wanting money, for not wanting to be poor, and for, you know, wanting your life to, you know, be financially great and stable and have financial freedom. You will have to shift some morals and some values and everything else. So let's be honest, and I feel like a lot of these stars will have been doing that and will do that, and it's gonna be heartbreaking for you, honestly, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to build a bridge and get over it, because it's gonna happen. Lizzo is so right, and so people come for her, but it is the truth. You can't fault the truth, you can't hate the truth, because it will come out as truthful. Trump has 3 years. 3 years. He's still gonna be. So, buckle up, Buttercup. Tsensa seatbelt utlipe mola ore king. But superstars, that is it for Hot Topics today, for these 2 weeks. And I will be coming with more Hot Topics. I feel like since you guys love it so much, okay, I don't know if you do love it, tell me in the comments down below. But I feel like I might do more of that. Like, I might push for it to be done every week. I don't know. Hey, let me not, you know. But let's open the package, and which I ordered it from Take A Lot. So I don't understand, because this is, to my knowledge, Walmart branding. Like, this logo is Walmart. So, and this slogan is Walmart. So, and I don't have box cutters. So don't judge me and my primary scissor. But we are doing an unboxing. Oh my gosh, do I have to hold it up for you guys to see me cutting it? Oh, wait, did I cut this side? No, I didn't. I'm just going fast because you never know what space. Like I said, next time I won't speak about space in the episodes, because I keep bothering you guys with space. Like, I keep badgering you guys with space. But we have upgraded our sound system to actually, wait, pause.
A few moments later.
Okay, superstars, I'm back. I said pause because I wanted to fetch the ones that I actually used for the refresher episode, the ones that we changed in because we didn't like the sound of these, and I actually bedazzled them, and now I will be, locking them away far, far away because, yeah. But yeah, so these weren't them, and yeah. So now I actually said pause because I wanted to do the High School Musical thing and be like, I'm with you, in with you.
Goodbye, clouds of gray. Hello, skies of blue.
Be a Sharpay Evans kind of girl. And yeah, so these are the new ones, which actually I got these from Take a Lot, and yeah, hopefully they are really good quality because they sure weren't cheap like the like those ones. So yeah, and I will basically be, oh my gosh, how do I open these? Do I need to open them? Oh gosh. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was gonna open them, like fully open them, but I'm just like, why not? Why not? Why not? And why not indeed? Let's oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, superstars. They are so tiny. This looks like they're huge, but they are so tiny. Can you see them? Can you see them? This is them. And yeah, so it is tiny. I think oh my gosh. Okay, there's this. So it comes like this, oh, okay. I didn't know I was gonna take that off again. So it comes like this. This is where you clip, I guess. Yes, comes like this. Why am I showing that? And just trying to hurry because space, like I said. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then this is what you put in your phone. I can't show you now because that's what I'm using, but yeah, this is so I use a 13, so I would use this. And then if you use Type-C, of course, this is the one you use. And why am I teaching you guys like you guys are a bunch of kids when I know kids shouldn't be watching my show? We dish out hot topics. We can't be letting kids watch all this. And then these are the windbreakers, whatever they're called, these ones. So yeah, and that's all that's in here, the windbreakers. So oh no, I lie, there's like a USB kind of switch Type-C, which I wouldn't be using, but oh, maybe to charge. Yes, to charge, of course. I mean, what do you, oh, okay, right here. So yeah, so superstars, like I said, I will in with the new. Yeah, superstars, that is it for our show today. I hope you liked this episode of Hot Topics, and let me know down in the comments if you want more hot topics. Like, would you like hot topics every week on a weekly basis where, like, I could drift off with my other episodes and give you hot topics and that episode on the same week if I get the time? Or would you, unless there's no gossip or hot topics, for us to analyze and dish, and but let me know in the comments down below, and I hope to see you guys next Sunday. Of course I will. I hope you guys watch. Please like, comment, and subscribe, please. Subscribe before the new year. If you like watching us and watching hot topics and everything, please subscribe. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Actually, let me know down in the comments how your Christmas was. I hope you did, and let me know your New Year's resolution, because the next time I see you will be in the New Year's. So happy New Year. Mwah. Bye, superstar.